All right, before we continue and take you back to court, I want to bring back in my guest to discuss national trial attorney Michael Jaafar as well. Michael, I'll start with you. We're going to hear about this text from Chad to Tammy, where he says, hey, I'm burning some limbs and I'm burying a raccoon in the backyard. I think this text is super important because we know that there were a series of texts going on when Alex is headed to the property. We see that he's headed to the property where Chad lives, and we know what he's doing when he's there. I still don't understand that choice, but they decided to bury the body there. But this text to Tammy, I think that solidifies the fact that Chad Daybell was aware and he was willing to help them cover it up.
Oh, you talking about the text that we read before the block?
No, it's actually coming up now. He's going to tell them. He texts Tammy and says, "Hey,
I read that.
Okay, I burned some limbs, and I'm burying. I shot a raccoon. I'm buried him in the
raccoon.
backyard."
Yep. Fun times, yeah. Michael, I still don't see how any of this stuff ties him to the actual murder of these children, right? Again, I acknowledge I'm the last attorney on planet Earth who believes that, but just let me make it personal. I have 7 brothers-in-law and sisters-in-law. Luckily, they're all professionals, doctors, business owners, right? Let's just say one of them was a comedian who then murdered his niece and nephew and then brought them to my backyard when I was asleep. He's my brother-in-law in this scenario, so he would know my sleeping patterns. And so he came and he buried them, and then the police showed up and found them, right? I don't see how this is obviously very compelling evidence in a very sensational way. It's very inflammatory. You should have known, but this is a massive house. I live in a small house. He lives in a massive compound, right? So the text message of the raccoon, and he shot him, and I buried him, and I added him to my pet cemetery. Does that mean that he should be guilty of murder? It's such a stretch for me. But again, I acknowledge I'm standing on an island, as you said. But to me, I just don't see how he would text something like that if he buried children or was about to bury children or was capable of burying children. And I still don't see why, if he was a part of this whole entire thing.